Morning and welcome everyone here for our second meeting of the House Agriculture Committee meeting. And do want to remind our guests, please silence your phones. And if we do have anyone that would like to present, be sure to sign at the door, please. With that, I'll ask the secretary to call the roll.
Representative All.
Here.
Representative Bivens.
Here.
Representative Dunworth. Representative Freeland. Representative Hale.
Here.
Representative Hart. Representative Holloway.
Here.
Representative Kim King. Representative Cook. Representative Massaroni. Representative McPherson.
Here.
Representative Moore.
Here.
Representative Payne.
Here.
Representative Pollock.
Here.
Representative Rayburn. Representative Stalker.
Present.
Representative Tate.
Present.
Representative Thomas.
Present.
Representative Tipton.
Here.
Representative Watkins. Representative Pfister.
Here.
And Chairman Dossett.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. And do any of our members have a guest they'd like to present? Representative All.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to introduce Kennedy Fishback. Kennedy, say hi. Kennedy is a senior at the University of Kentucky. That's why she's wearing that bright blue with us today. She's a proud Lexington native. She's pursuing dual degrees in poli-sci and law and justice, along with a certificate in peace studies. She's a student in the Lewis Honors College at UK, and she's serving as my legislative intern through the UK Poli-Sci department, and she's focused on Ag Committee, so she'll be attending most of these meetings and researching bills that you all present. After graduation, she plans to attend law school, and in her free time, Kennedy enjoys taking spontaneous trips on the weekend with her friends and exploring all the beauty that Kentucky has to offer. Please make her feel welcomed.
Representative Donworth.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My introduction is not nearly as eloquent as Representative All's, but I wanted to introduce my intern for this semester, Alexis Powell, who is a student at BCTC in Lexington, and then also my shadow today, who unwittingly had to get out of bed after 2 weeks being out of school, my daughter, Maggie, in the green, who's rolling her eyes at me. So thank you.
Representative Stalker.
Thank you, Chair. I just wanted to take a quick moment to introduce my intern today. This is Matthias Barbie. If you'll raise your hand, stand up. Thank you so much. He is a senior this year at the University of Kentucky, but is a native to Louisville. So I'm so happy to have him with me for the session.
Very good. We will go ahead and move on with our agenda. I'll ask Representative Ryan Dotson to come to the table. He has House Bill 309 he'll be presenting, and there is a local mandate in your folders that goes with this. And Representative Dotson, if you and your guest introduce yourselves, you may begin.
Hello. Thank you, Chairman, and thank you, members of the Ag Committee, for allowing me to come to present House Bill 309 today. I am Representative Ryan Dotson, and with me today is my co-sponsor.
I am Representative Scott Sharp from the 100th District.
So what we're here today to do is to present a bill that would ban lab-grown meat. And I'm here today to support Kentucky's agriculture and its livestock producers.
Motion on the bill.
I'm good with it if they want to vote on it.
Oh, okay. Yes. We do have questions right here. Representative Moore.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I know we were really brief getting to this portion. So you say you want to ban lab-grown meat in the Commonwealth to support our local, our cattlemen and our farmers.
Yes.
And I'm all for supporting our farmers. That's great. I don't understand why we don't just work on making sure that lab-grown meat is appropriately labeled. As far as looking at this as being a free market economy and capitalism, I have no desire to buy lab-grown meat and eat lab-grown meat. But if my neighbor wants to, I don't understand why we wouldn't have that liberty and freedom here in the state of Kentucky.
Well, what we know about lab-grown meat, it is grown in a lab, in metal vats, using a lot of electricity, using cell cultures. And so with that being said, the long-term ramifications of lab-grown meat, we don't know what that is. But we have time-tested, thousands and thousands of years of time-tested cattle eating grass in the sunlight that is good and healthy for all of Kentuckians.
May I ask one follow-up, Mr. Chairman?
Sure, go ahead.
Thank you so much. And again, I don't disagree with anything that you're saying there. We just voted on the House floor yesterday that say that, someone can knowingly go into a cigar bar and smoke, and we passed that bill. And we know that it causes cancer and lung cancer. Kentucky, I think, ranks number 1 in all 50 states for precedence of lung cancer. But we allow it anyway, and we have appropriate warnings, and we put labels on cigarettes. And that is a known carcinogen. We know that causes cancer, and it ends lives, and it shortens lifespans in Kentucky. Why would we not consider moving to a labeling approach then instead of this, saying that we do not know versus an outright ban?
I think you answered your question right there when you said we know that it causes cancer. With the lab-grown meat and all this stuff, we don't know. And I think that's the difference between the two.
Thank you both. Thank you, Chairman.
Representative Friedland.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, gentlemen. I certainly support this proposal. I remember a few years ago, Representative Meredith had a bill similar to this, as a fake meat bill. How is this bill different from that? Can you explain?
I can't speak to that bill. I haven't seen it, to be quite honest with you.
It seems similar to this.
Yeah. I'm sure it is. From what I hear from other people, that it was a very similar bill.
Okay.
So, but I have, just to let you guys know, spoke with our Ag Commissioner Jonathan Shell, and they're completely on board with the bill.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Thank you.
Representative Donworth.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I was doing a lot of research on this because I candidly didn't understand the bill until right before we got here and you explained it to me. But one of the things that popped up for me was there's kind of a turf war between the FDA and the USDA about who had regulatory authority over lab-grown meat. And the answer to that is both of them do. The FDA has the jurisdiction to make sure that the lab portion of it is done safely, and then the USDA has the authority over how it is actually sold and packaged. This is something, and from what I've researched, it seems like it's pretty well regulated, and it's also only a couple of companies. It's not taking over market share right now. And then the other issue that I found was some of the states that have passed similar legislation have been subjected to lawsuits over the Dormant Commerce Clause, which essentially says that states can't make it harder for other businesses from other states to do commerce in their state. So how would you all respond to that, I guess, is my question for y'all.
well, our future fiduciary duty is to protect Kentuckians and to make sure that the industries that we have here are protected as well, as much as we possibly can. There's 48,000 Kentucky farmers that produce animal-based protein. And that is, as I said earlier, is time proven over thousands of years. This system works, and this is something the Cattlemen's Association is good with, and we want to protect these industries. And not only that, we don't know the long-term ramifications again of what cultured meat grown in a petri dish, the long-term effects of what that'll be to generations to come. And this is something that's a hot topic on the national level. It's something that they're trying to produce. To replicate all over the United States of America. And Kentucky has been the first in many areas, and this is one of the areas where we can be first again.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Representative Watkins.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thanks for answering my question right before this. Just really quick about the cell-based portion of it. It seems pretty simple to me to understand that anything grown outside of an animal is what you're talking about.
Yes.
There are cell-based ingredients that are used from, like in pet food and supplements and such. So the issue here specifically is just if it's not an animal, if it's not grown in an animal outside petri dish, to use your words, that's the issue,
Yes.
right? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Representative Holloway.
Thank you. I just wanted to say that I had done my homework on this bill before we got here today too, and I was about to say nearly everything that Representative Moore just said. And one thing that I did notice in my research is that I believe it was the state of Texas that issued a temporary ban until they could answer the questions that you said we didn't have answers to yet. So instead of outright banning something forever because like you said, we don't know, instead take the time to really look into the issue and make a determination after a temporary ban is up.
And I hear your concerns, and that's one of those things we can always come back and revisit. If there's research that comes out, we can always come back to committee, put it on the House floor. But as it stands right now, I think a total ban is really what's needed. So,
Representative Dotson, I want to thank you for the legislation, and I had conversations with my livestock growers there at home in Christian County over the weekend concerning this, and they are adamantly in support of doing this. And that extends not only with our cattle growers, but those that are raising swine or
Right.
chickens. So we're covering a broad swath on this right here, and I want to thank you for what you brought forward.
Thank you, Chairman.
Do we have any additional questions? We do have a motion and a second, and I'll ask the secretary to call the roll, please.
Representative All,
Aye.
Representative Bivens,
Aye.
Representative Donworth.
May I explain my vote, please?
Yes.
My concern over this, and I have cattle on my farm, like I am very sympathetic to the cattleman's concern over this. I think the concern has already been addressed with the labeling provision that we already had. My other concern about it is that this is a growing technology that I think our research universities in particular could do really great work about it. I think it could be an expanding industry. That would provide another outlet for other types of food production. I'm also concerned about the dormant commerce clause. So I am going to be a no on this for those reasons. Thank you.
Representative Pfister,
Yes.
Representative Freeland,
Yes.
Representative Hale,
Yes.
Representative Hart,
Yes.
Representative Holloway.
I'd like to explain my vote, please. As a farming family myself, the wife of a farmer, I certainly respect what we're trying to do here, but I certainly don't think that the government ever needs to be in the business of choosing winners and losers, and so I'm going to be a no for today. Thank you.
Representative Kim King, Representative Cook,
Explain my vote, please. Explain my vote, please.
Yes, I'm sorry, yes.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. I'm a yes today. I'm a cattle farmer. Obviously agree with this concept. Anybody who doesn't think this is a big deal should, look at almond milk versus real milk. And that was a lot of discussion we had when we first put this labeling several years ago with the fake meat. However, I tend to agree with Representative Holloway. I'm not sure that a total ban is the right thing to do on this, but I am going to vote yes today and continue this conversation. So thank you.
Representative Massaroni, Representative McPherson,
Yes.
Representative Moore,
Wish to explain my vote?
Yes.
I think I echo again what Representative Cook just said, that this is important legislation as we're on the edge of something new. And I really appreciate both of you addressing my concerns directly today. I think I'm going to stick with some of my concerns that Representative Holloway mentioned as well, but also Representative Donworth, representing Lexington and Fayette County, which is trying to become this new central hub for ag tech, and in conjunction with the University of Kentucky, our premier research institution. I do wonder if this could impact the potential for growth in my part of the state that I represent as well. So again, I appreciate it, I understand the importance, but for today, I'm a no. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Representative Payne,
Permission to explain my vote.
Yes, go ahead.
I am going to be a yes today, but I'd like to echo the comments of Representative Cook and Representative Holloway that it does concern me a little bit what a total ban, what door this might open for other products. So I would encourage the authors to kind of look at it and see if there's any adjustments we could make before we get it on the House floor. Thank you.
Representative Pollock,
Yes.
Representative Rayburn, Representative Stalker,
Explain my vote, please.
Yes, go ahead.
I'm going to be a pass today. I just want to look into some of the points that were raised a little bit more. Just look into them a little bit more. I think there's been a lot of really good conversation about this. I appreciate the intention of the bill. I do want to absolutely protect our farmers and our cattlemen as well. I think there's some other issues that need to be looked at. Thank you.
Representative Tate,
Yes.
Representative Thomas,
Aye.
Representative Tipton,
Yes.
Representative Watkins,
Permission to explain my vote?
Yes, go ahead.
I'm going to be a pass today, but I just have a couple of other questions relating to it. I needed a little bit more time to dig into it. But I do agree with something that Rep. Don Worth brought up about the interstate commerce thing with the federal government. I just want to look into that a little bit more. And hopefully we can have some changes as well on a total ban. I'm not necessarily a fan of that either, but pass today. Thanks.
Representative Dossett,
Yes. House Bill 309 passes with favorable expression and should do the same on the House floor. Thank you, Representative Dodson.
Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, committee. Y'all have a wonderful day.
If we have no further business, we are adjourned.